So, let's start talking about the preseason game now. So, Bills play their first preseason game against the Giants. People have a lot of different views about preseason. Is there really anything new that you can really take away from a preseason game?
100%. I think there's a lot you can take out of it, especially from guys that are trying to make a team. It's one of those things that I personally like seeing. It's not as easy for the seventh round pick to, just be like, hey, I got drafted, so I'm on the team.
Right.
That's not how it works. Especially when you're on a team that's a contender where it's like they don't really have a lot of holes to where it's like, they need guys for that 53. I mean, these guys can easily probably make the practice squad, but for them to just make a 53, it's like you really got to stand out in some way, shape or form. But or whether it's for our team or, I say our team, I mean the Bills, or if it's another team scouting you out and they just happen to see you and you get cut and they pick you up. But the first preseason game against the Giants, what did you think about that?
So you're talking about guys making the team possibly and stuff like that. I was also looking at rookies. I was on our Bills United episode. I was talking a lot about guys like I was drafting Deion Walker, Landon Jackson. Like what I saw from Deion Walker, Landon Jackson, not as much. Trey White didn't have the best outing, so that was a little bit worrisome, even though I was getting pumped up seeing him run those hills. I want to run up hills right now, still, from seeing it. But there's definitely, let's put it like this, like, I feel like coaches go into a preseason game, like, they're not really caring if they win or lose the game. Most of them, I think they're more so trying to see how guys react to certain situations. So, because, you know what I mean? Obviously, there's not as much high stakes, but, you can, practice, putting some guys like maybe in uncomfortable situations and stuff like that and see how they react.
For sure. I mean, it was definitely cool seeing, new faces, seeing Trey White back and stuff like that. I've heard, how great he's been this offseason. Putting him in that actual game situation, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, me too.
I think, it's one of those things where it's like, you probably still got some nerves, even though you've been in the NFL for so long. You're coming off of two terrible injuries. You're back where it all started. You're going out there and you're trying to, do everything you can to be, great. So, and it happens, you get beat on a slant or a post or a curl route, whatever it is. But yeah, it was cool seeing the rookies, especially because, they beefed up the D-line so much. I thought Bosa played well.
Yeah, Bosa looked good.
Got some nice quick releases and stuff like that, and that's what you want them here for. It's just, I want to see, can these guys actually get to the quarterback to sack the quarterback? I thought they struggled at times still to get off the field on third down. And it's like, whether it was, hey, the starters were out there, only a couple were, and the backups were out there. Either way, when it's 3rd and 15, there's no way the offense should be, should be picking up 25 yards on a crazy screen pass that it looks like they just threw an alley-oop to the running back and he caught it out of midair. So, yeah, I still want to see that improve. I want to see the D-line get home for more sacks and stuff like that. But Bosa was cool to see. Milano had a great tackle, one of the first plays. So it looked like, he still got that, that firepower under him. A couple other guys, like Jordan Hancock, who they drafted, I think, I thought he had a good game. There was a play, I don't know if you saw it, where he came up out of the safety position and just sniffed out the run. Like, it looked like he shot out of a cannon. He was running, looked like the 40-yard dash, was running into the backfield, made a great tackle on the running back. And, offensively, Tyrell Shavers, I'm rooting for him,
He's easy to root for.
He is. I feel like when he's out there, he's doing everything and then some.
So I was going to talk about that a little bit. I think we were talking about this a little bit when we were watching the preseason game. I don't know if certain guys on that receiver room are so safe if he keeps playing like this. Like,
I know you said you don't know if Elijah Moore's safe.
I don't. Here's the thing. Coming in, when we first signed Elijah Moore, I was really excited.
Oh, same.
But, I mean, the dude hasn't been healthy in camp, you know what I mean? And when you're out of sight, you're out of mind. And this dude's performing. I mean, like, I hate to put it like this, but you know what I mean? You can't get hurt at the wrong time. And something in Shaver's corner, which I really respect, is earlier in camp he was having a little bit of an injury issue. Yeah. And he was just dogging it out, playing through it. Because obviously,
I'm trying to remember. I think they said that he missed like a week or a couple days.
But he was still fighting through it. And it's just like, obviously this guy knows that, he's put it all out there. Like, this is his shot to get that jersey and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? If he's gonna keep having performances like this, how do you not put him on the roster? Someone's gonna get cut. You know what I mean? So
And it's one of those things where I think the Bills have always been like the team to keep 5 receivers.
yeah,
I would love to see him keep 6. I've always been like that because I felt like there was times where, like, you know, you got to take in injuries and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's like you got 5. If you're keeping 5 like you have, you're keeping Coleman. You're probably keeping Samuel because you're paying him like $8 million. You're keeping Shakir. You're keeping Palmer. Who's that 5th guy? Is it Elijah Moore? Is it, you know, Tyrell Shavers? Is a guy like Laviska Shenault?
yeah. If he's returning,
who can return, you know, kicks and stuff like that. I heard on the radio, they were saying the amount of stuff they had Shenault doing, like you said, these guys could just be put in all these different situations. They said he was out there just a kickoff team. He was a gunner. You know, they had him doing everything. And another thing about Shavers is he plays special teams.
Yeah, so that's why I keep saying, like, I don't know if Elijah Moore is safe.
And honestly, you know, maybe they look to keep 6, but it's just you got to take from another position.
Yeah.
You know, group as well. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. They got another, you know, preseason game Sunday night. I was surprised. I'm like, we're playing Sunday night preseason football.
Should be interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was Saturday. I'm like, okay, that'll give me something to watch.
Yeah.
But no, it's Sunday, so hopefully I can stay up for that. But yeah, I mean, it's
After
just
bedtime.
a little bit. Probably halftime will be my bedtime. But yeah, I think you know it's exciting, but it's also, you know, it's one step closer to the regular season
For sure.
and you know, the cuts will probably slowly start coming for these guys and, you know, stuff like that. You know, we got Hard Knocks getting us through the offseason. I didn't watch the episode yesterday because we had a fantasy football draft, but you know, I'll look to watch that. So yeah, you know, I enjoy the preseason. I definitely try to tune in, at least for, you know, the Bills. You know, not so much like everybody else, but if I can, I will, just to see, you know, get some, you know, some knowledge on some of these guys and stuff like that.
Got one more question for you. Did Trubisky or White put themselves ahead of the pack of either one another, or do you think that, you know what I mean, this is still Trubisky's job to lose? Because going in, obviously, Trubisky was the first quarterback out there.
Right.
So.
Honestly, I think it is kind of the open competition. I feel like Trubisky has the edge just from being here, and they like, you know, his mobility. He didn't play good to start, that's for sure. I mean, he threw, I remember telling you, I don't even know who the receiver was. He threw a ball that just should have never been thrown, and as soon as the receiver went up for it, he just got demolished.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where it's like, dude, it's like you're going to try to get a half a yard gain. It's like, throw that ball away.
Yeah.
You know, or if you can, dive forward for a yard. You know, obviously, I don't know how the pressure was and if he could have even tried to throw it away or whatnot. But Mike White, I thought, you know, had some good plays as well. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, no offense. I mean, these guys are in the NFL for a reason. There's just such a big drop off from starters to backups.
Oh yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
It's just it just looks like a whole different game.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I think you know, Trubisky will probably, as of right now, I think he has it. I think with the Cook contract freeing up some cap space, you know, you don't have to look at like, hey, if we cut Trubisky, we can save some cap, unless they really want to. But honestly, I'm fine with either or. You know, being in, I'll be fine. You know, we want Jameis Winston as a backup quarterback in Buffalo. It's got to happen at some point.
I mean, he is a third string on Giants.
It's got to happen because
he'll get a promotion here.
I'm getting a huge Jameis Winston jersey and anything that has him in the Bills uniform if he ever comes to Buffalo.
So we didn't see the Hard Knocks episode, but I sent you the clip of him talking to Mike White after the game. It was like the most hilarious thing ever.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. But yeah, there's a lot of things like, you know, competitions that go on, even if it's something for like, you know, not necessarily the most prettiest thing, but it could be someone just fighting for like a backup spot, or something like that. So that's like the reasons why I tune in for the preseason. But it'll be interesting. You know, it's only one game, so it's not like I think it really solidified anything. But I mean, I'm sure we'll see a bunch of, you know, Mike White and Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah, Trubisky goes back to Chicago on Sunday, right?
Yeah, he might throw for 300.
Yeah, if he does that, he's got the job. So going into this game, is there anything that you're looking for in particular? Like there,
Just stay healthy.
yourself. That for me too.
Not even just for the Bills. I mean, dude, there's times I get alerts on my phone of someone going down in practice, and honestly, I feel for everybody because it's like
Right.
I don't care who you're a fan of, what team, what players. Like you never want to see anyone go down. These are all guys that are doing this. Like this is their job. Like this is their
Right.
career. The last thing you want to see is someone getting hurt
Exactly.
and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I just want to see. We've had a lot of injuries with like wide receivers, like being out during camp and stuff, like Cole Bishop, stuff like that. It's like I want to see like if these guys are healthy, are they going to put them in, or are they just going to try to bubble wrap them till the season starts? But it's like, you know, and these guys that are on the fence on the bubble, that's what I want to see. Like, you're talking about the defensive line. I want to see these rookies in there and be like, okay, like, hey, we got our feet wet a little bit in the first preseason game. Let's just take it up a notch.
Yeah, I would like to see a little bit. Like, I feel like a lot of these guys, like, obviously we'd love to see them do good right away, but defensive line takes a little bit of time. We'll see how guys like Walker and Landon Jackson perform. You know what I mean? After getting their feet wet after the first game, so it should be interesting to see.
For sure. Chicago's playing their starters.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Not sure for how long.
Yeah, I think they want to get like one good performance in. I think if they get a touchdown real quick, I think
they'll take them off.
They'll take them off, but they want some momentum.
But yeah, it'll be good for our defense, to at least get a sniff of like another team's starters.
But the thing I'm looking forward to seeing is like we brought it up a couple times. Is like, will Elijah Moore play?
Yeah.
Because to me, I think he's on the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a lot of people don't think it. I don't think the dude is safe, especially with how Shavers has played. I think if he comes back and has a couple good performances, I think he makes it. But man, I mean,
yeah,
Shavers is definitely giving him a run for his money right now. That's for sure.
For sure. Anything else you want to add?
Not really. But
I got one more thing.
Okay.
I don't know. Did you see the video of Cook signing his contract? He was in there and they're like telling him like, okay, sign here.
Yeah.
And then after he's like shaking hands with Bean and McDermott. I don't know if you saw the video or not.
Oh, yeah.
At one point, somebody behind the scenes is like, okay, we're gonna take a picture now.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you signed your contract, you whatever you want to do. You want to smile. You want to do a straight face. Like let us know. He goes like this. He goes, I want to get my shades. And then he puts them on. So check that out.
Yeah. But until next time, this is the Last Seed Podcast. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But until next time,